Hello guys, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. We're hot on the heels of another Hasbro Pulse livestream 3 within the first 2 months of 2025. But is it quantity or quality that we're looking at? I'll give you the spoiler, it's more quantity than quality. But let's talk about what was just revealed. First of all, the big-ass Spider-Man 2 wave from the video game. A mixed bag, but some highs, lows, and creamy middles. The deluxe Venom. Is he going to have a deluxe price? Or is he going to have a maximum price? We're going to find out pretty soon. He looks good. Nothing too kind of crazy about him, besides the fact that, he is huge and big and honking and chonking. I like that. I really do. Funnily enough, the thing that I think sets him off the most, actually makes him look the best, is the saliva that you can take in and out of the mouth. I think that's really effective. I genuinely really like that. It just adds something. It feels like a different kind of texture. It's all plastic, obviously, but the way it's translucent, it makes it feel more alive, like a real thing, like it hasn't just been farted out of a mold, but there's some more stuff going on. I dig that. With the different heads as well, the tendrils coming off the hand. Would have been nice if you had 2 lots of tendrils so he could double tendril. I mean, you got 2 Spider-Men that he's fighting, so that would have made sense. But still, I like the overall look. The huge, big, open-mouthed jaws. It looks cool with the butterfly joints in the shoulders as well. You got some more articulation. You can put him in big, dynamic fighting poses. I dig it. It looks a little plain, I think, in pictures and videos. Like, it's a lot of paint and that's stretched out over a lot of plastic. I think it looks kind of cheap, but I think that's just the way it translates. This isn't me defending Hasbro, because Lord knows you come to the wrong place for that. But I think that in person, it'll look a lot better because you'll be able to appreciate the texture, because that's what's great about the game designs, is the texture of the symbiotes. It's not smooth. There's more stuff going on there. I kind of really dig that. So Venom, I think he looks good. And speaking of deluxe figures, we've got the Deluxe Kingpin, the Kingpin of crime. That's the animated voice. The one from the game was more, "This city will tear itself apart without me." He looks good again. A bit too big, though, I think. They're using the Joe Fix-It body, which is a reasonable reuse. I think that's good. He's way bigger than the Kingpin in the game, I think. The Kingpin is more just a normal, large human being, whereas this Kingpin is just pretty gigantic. But I don't mind it too much. I'm not that slavish to the scale. I don't mind Kingpin being really big, and I like the black suit look. It looks like the Face-Off Toy Biz version from way back in the day. The 2 head sculpts, I really dig as well. You could totally fudge this guy into a 616 display if you wanted to, but ultimately, I mean, I've got the retro Kingpin. You ain't topping that. But for a video game version, I do kind of like him. Then we got the regular figures in this wave. First of all, I think the highlight is Black Cat. All brand new by the looks of things. Felicia Hardy, she's got a decent design in the game. It's not the most exciting kind of design. It's just a pretty basic kind of Black Cat, but it's nicely done. Just the one face sculpt. She's got an okay kind of expression. It's not very animated, but also it doesn't look like a store mannequin either. So it's okay, but it's pretty much just okay. And I just realized I'm talking about what I consider to be the highlight of the wave, and I'm saying it's okay. Yeah, there ain't a lot to write home about on this one, I don't think, personally. Then we got Black Costume Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, which is a great example of Hasbro given with one hand and taken with the other. Because I think, at a glance, this looks great. The symbiote design in the game is so cool. It takes the black costume and then gives it a little bit of paneling, a little bit of texture. It feels alive. It almost feels a bit icky, like, oh, do you want to touch it? And it's like, what's going to happen? I think that's great, and they captured that in this design. So that's kind of cool. And then it's almost like they made a great figure, and then the bean counters at Hasbro went like, okay, what can we take away to save money and people will still buy it? And the poor dudes designing it were like, maybe we could take away toe joints? Okay, good, yeah, we'll take that away. What else can we take away? Wait, seriously, we've got to take something else away as well? Maximum Profit. Okay, geez, I guess we could take away the butterfly joints. Okay, yeah, take those away. Okay, now you can sell it. That's what it feels like. Because this should have been a highlight of the wave. But in the year of our Lord, 2025, no toe joints, no butterfly joints. Call me Huey Lewis in the news because we're going back in time. This feels like an old figure that should have come out in like 2016, not 2025. So great aesthetics, but then fails as an action figure. You know what I mean? Then we got a whole bunch of alternates, and I feel like there's going to be peg warmers. You know, some people might say, hey, it's Spider-Man, it'll sell. Well, maybe, time will tell. So we got Miles in his Peter tribute suit. So it's the regular Miles suit, but recolored with the red, white, and blue. A little bit patriotic, and also a nod to Peter Parker's Spider-Man suit. It's a fun-looking design, but certainly surplus to requirements. A whole bunch of reuse. That's what this wave is. It's got the deluxe figures and then a whole bunch of going back to the well and reusing old stuff. And that's what this one is here. Then we got the 2099 Miles, which actually, I kind of like the 2099 design. It's not going to pop off the shelf. It's all very dark, you know, not much excitement going on. But then when you look at it, camo pants on a Spider-Man, kind of looks sort of badass. It's like a covert ops Spider-Man. I could see this being like if Spider-Man was in G.I. Joe. Oh man, you could pose him next to Snake Eyes. That actually, oh dang it. I'm kind of selling myself on this figure. I'm not going to buy him, but I can see some appeal of this. It's certainly one that I wasn't expecting, but there we go. Now we got the classic example of Hasbro's gonna Hasbro. It's the anti-Venom Spider-Man suit, but it's the alternate version of this suit. Because of course they were thinking, well, why give people what they want when we can give them sort of what they want and then sell them what they actually want later? Problem is, I don't think there's gonna be a later. Because I don't think this wave's gonna sell particularly well. So I don't think Hasbro are gonna go, oh, you know that Spider-Man video game wave that didn't sell well? Let's make more of them. No, I don't think they're going to do that. So I think this is probably the only version of Anti-Venom Spider-Man that we're going to get. And it's not the one that we want. And that kind of makes me sad. Now one that I think will genuinely be quite popular. I think we got the Boricua suit Miles Morales. And this, I know a lot of people are going to be kind of really into, which is great. I know that anyone who has that kind of similar shared heritage, like really appreciates this look of the character. I can see the appeal. I can see why folks might really dig this. It's kind of a fun design as well. It sort of works. Again, a lot of reuse going on there. No extra heads. In almost this whole wave. In the wrong colored anti-Venom Spider-Man, they got an extra head. Okay. An extra wrong colored head. But that's about it. So no real exciting extras on this. A few extra hands, but that's it. But hey, it's the Boricua Miles. I think fans are going to like this. And that does it for the Spider-Verse wave, which breaks my heart. Because could you imagine if we got the figures from the wave that we actually wanted, or figures from the game that we wanted? Imagine a deluxe Marvel Legends Lizard from the game. And there are three huge ones that are egregious by not getting, but as folks pointed out, there's no reuse potential for them, so they're not going to make them, it would seem. Lizard would have been incredible. A deluxe Lizard from that game would have been just glorious. Then, of course, the other big antagonist from the game, Kraven. The Kraven who was so good, it made the live-action Kraven look rubbish, because it's like, no, this is what Kraven should be. They could have had so much fun making this amazing-looking Kraven, but I guess the argument is, well, we can't reuse anything from making that Kraven, so we're probably not going to get him. And again, I can see this wave totally peg-warming, so they're not going to go back to it. So I don't think we're going to ever see that Kraven, which is such a shame, because Kraven's never been cooler, I think, than he was in this game. And then finally, could you imagine if we got a Scream? Could you imagine if we got an action figure of Scream from Sony Spider-Man? That would have been incredible. She looked so cool. One of my favorite surprises from that game. What a great boss fight. Never gonna happen though. And that kind of breaks my heart. But you know what? We still got some more action figures to talk about. Because we did get some 616 figures. We're getting a 2-pack of X-Force, Warpath, and X-23. And it's another giving and taking kind of thing. Warpath looks old. You got the big old pins in the arms and legs. He looked kind of like just a repaint of the X-Force Warpath from back in like 2017, was it 2018? It just looks like an old figure to me. Nothing really exciting there. But I think what will sell this 2-pack more is X-23, who I think does look good. 2 different heads, and what do I always love? When the 2 different heads are very distinct. You got kind of a badass, kind of like just a bit of a sneer, and then you got the mask with the red eyes and the rah going into battle. That looks real great. So I love that. So people who are collecting X-Force, you're getting all the figures coming in. You're getting your X-Force Wolverine and the Age of Apocalypse X-Force Nightcrawler. That's all taking shape now. I'm guessing we're going to get a deluxe X-Force Archangel later this year, maybe. That will be great to see. So if you're an X-Force fan, you're eating well, and you're probably going to complete the team, because to credit Hasbro, they have been better recently with completing teams. Squadron Supreme, Training Suit X-Men, they're giving the fans the actual teams, finally. Except for poor old Thunderbolts. If we're doing the meme of the lady in the swimming pool, then Thunderbolts are the skeleton at the bottom of the pool, where they're like, yeah, Thunder what? But yeah, the only Thunderbolts we're probably going to see are MCU characters maybe later this year. Who knows? So that does it for the 616. It was just that 2-pack. However, we couldn't leave without a little tease. And we got this missile, which, hey, place your bets. Most people think it's going to be an accessory for a Maximum Hulk. Is that going to be the case? Time will tell. Other people saying maybe a Marvel vs. Capcom style War Machine. Always a possibility there. Or a character with a huge rocket launcher. Possibly, but I think an accessory for Maximum Hulk to catch in his hand, that seems like a pretty safe bet. That's where I would place my money. So guys, what did you think about this Hasbro Pulse stream? What did you think about the reveals? Comment below. Let me know. Are you going to be picking up any of these? And are there any ones that kind of make you think like, come on, son, we deserve better? Certainly, I'm so sad that we didn't get more of the villains, Lizard, Kraven, and Scream. They would have been amazing. But we don't live in that world. We don't live in the darkest timeline, but we don't live in the coolest one either. So gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee. Big time.